Paranormal View, and this is... Where's the camera? There. This is New Enchantment Who Dis, a Disenchantment podcast. This is about the new Matt Groening animated project that is exclusive to Netflix. It is a fantasy-based animated show, and we do a podcast about this. And how we usually do this is we will watch the episode, and then we'll rewatch it, and we'll do sort of a commentary style read along as we go. And so we are at the Netflix splash screen, and it is going if you want to follow along at home.
Oh, you gotta mute that.
Oh, yeah.
We can't have that going on. So we watched this the other night. The whole season is out, but we've only watched the first 3 episodes so far because we don't want to ruin it. So we're going along with the podcast. And in the first 2 episodes, it was the series opener. So it seemed like it was a 2-part, I'm sure. I mean, if it actually aired on TV, it would have aired for a whole hour. So it was pretty cool, and we got introduced to all of the new characters. And it was kind of cool to hear a lot of the old Matt Groening voice actors coming back. So Joe DiMaggio, who does Bender, he's doing the dad.
Maurice was LaMarche there?
Maurice LaMarche is in there. He's doing, I don't know his name, he's like the Royal Vizier or something. He's like the Jafar of this world.
Plague Patrol.
Yeah, and the little elfo guy looks way too much like Bart Simpson. Yeah,
that's one of the criticisms that I've kind of had about the show is that you really see the Matt Groening DNA in it, is that, he's just taking, I'll do this character, but in a medieval setting, fantasy setting, and kind of, not really stretching his legs as much as, you feel like he should.
Yeah.
But, so we start, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and Beanie and Lucy and Elfo are just leaving the bar, and they are stealing a carriage. They're joyriding.
And they actually made a Grand Theft carriage crack. Just take it out.
Yeah, it's really soft.
Okay.
So they've got the Night Watch after them.
I love the little thing where he lights the candle on the donkey's head. It takes off.
It's hysterical the way that they're kind of bringing old stuff with new modern things. And then have they done that right? Have they done that yet where he asks for backup?
Yeah, he's using a megaphone and he imitates the radio static. So kind of an anachronism, but that's one of the Groening type jokes that he didn't really translate. He didn't back translate it well.
Yeah.
But the donkey's braying as the siren sounds is hilarious.
It sounds just like
yeah.
Hey, that's the new ringtone. So it's pretty cool, and we see that Lucy, the little demon here, the little 2-dimensional cat demon, is really getting him into some pretty decent trouble. Is this a funeral procession? What are they getting stopped by?
I don't know. It's just they just stop by
and 4 in the morning. There's like a big long procession of horses. It's not even cars. But it seems like the little princess here is really getting into trouble, which continues from her personality from the first half, for the first 2 episodes. So she seems like she's a bit of a handful. And
not necessarily evil. Yeah, not necessarily evil. Just she wants to have fun and do what she wants.
Yeah, they just did a Dukes of Hazzard style jump of a bridge that's out of order bridge.
Next time, pay your bridge tax.
Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I missed that. And the carriage ended up falling off, and it looks like the woman who they carriage jacked is going to drown.
Yeah.
So it's they get a little
a little darker.
Yeah.
And you definitely feel the pacing on this. It's 28 minutes. I think most modern network animated shows anymore are 22 minutes to fit in a half-hour slot, but they run this to 28 minutes. And they really stretch it out. And sometimes it's nice because it lets a scene breathe, but other times it feels like you're kind of padding it. Maybe you could trim that a little better.
Yeah, I guess so. But, I mean, you can only write so tight, I suppose. So,
Yeah, they took.
What did he just eat? What did that demon just eat?
They got a crabs out of the ocean, and he cracks them open and eats the shell and leaves the meat. This is also the demon that eats cigarettes. So.
Okay, so now there's this lemon that's in this big jewel container, and it's from some
the Lemon Crusades.
Yeah, the Lemon Crusades. So it's their holy grail, and she just busted it and stole it. All right, that works.
Oh, yeah, and one thing that's kind of odd is a little later in this episode, you see a tree outside that looks like it has oranges on it. So they're not.
Why would there be a lemon crusade?
So they're not unfamiliar with citrus trees. They act like this lemon is so rare, but then they've got an orange tree out there. So I'm not exactly sure what that issue is.
I still want to know what that little dingle thing on the top of the guy's crown is.
It's a dingle thing. That's the point of it.
I guess. I suppose. So, the whole thing with the elf and Tia Beanie, I don't know about that. I'm a little uncomfortable with that situation here. She's hanging out with this little elfo guy, and they keep doing quite a bit of innuendo. I don't know. That's weird.
And the stepmom, who is like a multi-tentacled being that is mad about being compared to a reptile, and then she uses her snake tongue to eat some drugs.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I want to know what her little concoction is here.
Oh, it does feel like they are building in some things, like putting in little background details that
they are. Tia Beanie's mother died. We don't know why, and she's got the stepmom, and she has a stepbrother, and now the stepmom is like high as a kite. She's walking or. Like, I don't know.
Laps around a fountain.
Yeah, she's doing laps around a fountain, but she's not necessarily walking so much as upright slithering. And now she's taking a bath. And she walks like the girl from The Ring. She's like on the ground, you know? Oh my God. And they're going to totally nick her drug stash.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't do drugs. Stay in school. So it's
like it looks like ginger root, but it's like Ritalin or something.
Yeah, it's snake root or something. And again we see the two dark wizards that are watching her, the ones that sent Lucy to them, and now we see I don't know what he is.
He's their odd. Igor. I don't know.
Yeah, he was bringing them drinks, and he's kind of odd.
Yeah, he doesn't seem all that intelligent here.
So they've all taken the drug here, and they don't feel anything at first, and now they start the trip.
But their eyes are going. Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, this whole trip sequence is like crazy. They go like a mile a minute or 20 miles a minute. I don't know, a mile a second, and they think that they're going to start a band. It's just a thing to do when you're like.
And it's kind of a Spinal Tap thing too. They start the band, they kick one of the members out, kick another one out, they go solo, then they rejoin, and then they sell out. They do the whole. She does the whole thing, but she's just like in her head dancing around the room.
And they do it in like 15 seconds. It's bananas.
Then I shave my head like a true artist.
They have so many little quips in here that are just wonderful.
Well, we watched X-Men Apocalypse finally last night.
Yeah.
And it finally showed how Professor X lost all his hair. And it was kind of anticlimactic, it just kind of fell off during the transference scene. But
you'd think that it'd be something different. Oh, she's doing cartwheels on the outside of the tower.
Yeah.
That's great.
And now it's a chicken fight where Elfo is boxing with a chicken.
Yeah.
And he wins. Which is kind of where you didn't expect the joke to go, but nice change, I guess.
Oh my God, there's just so much.
The 7-Eleven store where it's written in Roman numerals.
This is great. And now they're trying to shoplift. Oh nope, that's not going to work out for them.
Oh wait, no, that actually won. That actually worked. But,
it did work.
So now they meet the antagonist of the episode. Yeah, he's living in her. Elfo's living in her shirt, and he's like, "I live here now," And it's like, this relationship's a little odd.
It's very odd. It's very one-sided at this point, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. It's an uncomfortable it's an uncomfortable feeling.
So
having this whole relationship with this weird-ass elf that left his little candy forest land in order to experience the wider world. And I'm still a little upset that he doesn't seem still as intelligent as he did when he was in his little elf land. But there have been some bright points in this episode where he made some good observations and good decisions and has some good dialogue, I suppose. But it just seems so weird that he had that initial character until he left Elfland, or whatever it was called, and then he didn't have it anymore. And now he's just like some rube. Yeah,
they kind of changed that for the fish out of water gag.
Yeah.
So, and they're meeting here with these socially progressive criminals who admit that if there were more women in crime, there'd be less crime in the world because women would be in charge more.
Well, I thought the point was that if women were in charge, there would be less crime, not women in charge of crime.
Yeah.
Isn't that the way that it went?
Yeah, that's it. Because one of the criminals is a woman. But she freely admits she's one of the criminals.
Yeah, and she's like, I would have kicked you if you were a girl. I would have kicked you if you were a boy. It's equal opportunity kicking here. So they're breaking into the family crypt, and they're moving over a statue to Tia Beanie's mother. And I thought that there was going to be something creepy in there. I thought at first that...
Well, it is. It's the crypt.
Well, I thought it was going to be like her remains.
Oh, well, I think isn't she down there?
She's down there, but they didn't bring it up in this episode. Which makes me wonder, what are they going to do in a later episode?
So here Tia Beanie's kind of confronting her mortality, knowing that one day she'll be interred down there with the rest of her relatives as she steals their jewelry.
And clearly they're coming down off of the drugs that they took, the worm root, so...
Well, I'm in a gang now, and I got to take your crown and your necklace, and didn't you have... Yeah, she pulls her gold tooth out of the jawbone.
Of her grandmother. Of her grandmother.
Yeah. This is a burglary, not a family reunion. Yeah.
Hurry up. Oh, my gosh. So, of course, she's not being so smart here. She lets them bring up the bucket of all the spoils without her. Guess what's going to happen? What's going to happen? They're going to kick Elfo and Lucy the demon down there and lock him in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you're seeing coming a mile away.
I would have done the same thing if you were a man.
Yep. There's that little quip again.
So, when you're getting married?
Yeah, she's like, if I'm down here any longer, my relatives are going to start pestering me about when am I going to have kids. So that was a little thing they did there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now she apparently has been picked up by the royal police or whatever. And she's having the big reveal because she's in a cloak. Her dad doesn't know that he's going to be sentencing her. And here we go.
Weak chin, buck teeth, and whoa. Yeah. There's this repeating gag where he'll start looking at the bottom of something or the top of something and slowly go up or down it until you get the reveal, to do a slow burn joke.
Oh,
like
God, the wedding cake last time.
The wedding cake where it said, "Get bent dad" at the bottom. Yeah.
She had modified it just a little bit there.
Well, it kind of, yeah.
Okay, so now they have everybody coming in that has been bothered by them.
Including the chicken.
Spree.
Yeah, including the chicken.
Yeah, the chicken that the elf was fighting is now in there.
So, and it's weird, like, they get into this thing where they think it's demons, and then they keep seeing Lucy as just a weird talking cat. It's like they're wearing peril-sensitive sunglasses and can't see that that's what he really is.
Which is hysterical. And is that by design, or is it just that they're dumb? But he's talking about this weird cat. He's like, I'm going to torture this weird cat. I'm going to put a cucumber down next to it. Cats hate cucumbers. I'm like, it's just... Yeah, I know, because they think it's there's a whole rash of videos that came out, what was it, last year, of the cats and the cucumbers, and they jump away and all that, which was a little bit of a timely thing, but if they tell that joke 3 years from now, nobody's going to get it. And it was even, I had to think a little bit there. I'm like, cats, cucumbers. Oh, yeah. The big internet meme thing with the cats and the cucumbers.
Yeah, so that's one of the jokes like that can age a bit. I mean,
it can. They're going to fall into the Family Guy trap if they go that way, where Family Guy is so topical that you're looking at it 3 years from now and you're like, nah, that's not working. That's not working.
Yeah. So intentionally putting lint on his Elfo intentionally putting carpet lint on his lollipop.
Well, after Lucy the demon takes his lollipop and drops it on the carpet. Because he's a demon. I mean, he's got a,
Eavesdroppers will be dropped from eaves.
Yeah. The little signs they have in here are just great.
Yeah, that's definitely your graining DNA.
So they're trying to use science to make the demon go away, which is just ridiculous. And eventually they're going to return to more traditional religious means to make the demon go away.
An exorcism.
Yeah. So now we've got the little Merlin dude who says she's possessed by a demon, and it cuts over to Lucy's controllers, who are watching from afar via some weird... Oh, there's that guy that's with them again.
Yeah, he's kind of like, that guy, speaking of Family Guy, the kind of does the, oh no, if we're going to do it, we're going to be in trouble kind of thing. He's kind of got that feel to him, that weird, fake
I don't know, I think he's more like Mr. Slave from South Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got the Mr. Slave vibe going on.
Yeah, so they're taking more blood from Elfo. They're still on about the magic elf blood. And he just takes it all in stride, even though they have like a siphon pulling blood from him, and he's eating cookies. He's handling it better than I do when I give blood, because, man, I just get whoop. Yeah, that was Heartland calling me.
For more blood?
Yeah, calling me for more blood. They're vampires constantly after me.
That could happen.
Yeah.
That could happen. So he's trying to get the demon out with an incense thing and swinging it in front of her, and she's choking and blah, blah, blah.
No, they're doing is a magnetic lodestone, which attracts all the metal in the room, makes a mess. But
the ridiculous ways that they're trying to get the demon out is just...
This is not good for my hangover, because they're shaking her. To get
they've got her strapped to a table, and they're shaking the table.
Work those scrawny nerd arms. So,
and his science has failed here, so he's going to the king to advise.
All three sciences, even smoke?
Smoke science. What?
Jiggle
science, smoke science, and magnet science. I guess that's where we were in year whatever the heck this is.
7 something.
So now they're trying religious magic.
Yeah, and here's where the exorcism comes in.
Yep.
So something I was thinking, does Lucy know he's being watched and controlled by the overseers?
I can't tell yet, because later in the episode they do something and cause Lucy to do something, but he seems unaware of it.
Yeah, he thinks he's his own free agent, but it's like they have some control over him. What is that weird glyph on the side of his carriage?
I don't know what that symbol is that's on the side of the Exorcist carriage, but I'm kind of interested. I would like to find out. I think I'm going to have to go to Google and see what the rest of the internet is saying that means.
Oh, yeah, they do. So it's lightning out, and the Exorcist does the thing where every lightning flash, he's like 5 feet
he's like 20
apart.
feet or something further. Great little trope there. So now they're going to open the door, and the Exorcist is already in before they get in. Which is a decent jump scare.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this guy actually seems to know what he's doing here. And even the overseers are kind of bothered by his presence.
Well, they know of him.
Yeah.
So, okay, conceal thyself, demon. Now they've taken control and gotten Lucy to do something different. So Lucy has now flown into her mouth and is living in her neck, and you can see his one big eye sticking out there. I never really noticed before. It is just one eye he has, right? Like Leela.
Kind of, yeah. Well, it's because he's always presented as a 2D thing, so you only see that one eye from the side.
Okay. So why is he taking up so much room in her neck if he's a two-dimensional creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't add up.
So, yeah, he's trying to do the head spinny trick, and it actually works. Like, I guess the demon being in the body keeps the spine from cracking in half or something. But
who knows? Well, he said, I've always wanted to do this, so he makes her neck twist around 3 times. And he's like, ooh, I didn't know humans could do that. And then all of a sudden her body goes the opposite way to try to keep back up with it.
So this guy actually can do stuff.
Okay, Exorcist. Oh, nice. He's contorting. He's definitely doing some telekinesis here.
So far, the only real magic user we had seen was Lucy and the Overseers, because the King's Wizard was pretty ineffective. And now we see that there are other people that can do magic here. So this world has some level of magic knowledge and arcane knowledge that they can do things.
He has managed to draw some sort of shape around her. She's laying on the bed, and he's lit it on fire. So now Lucy, he's a demon now. He's supposed to be bad, right? Now he's in a quandary. He's going to actually help her.
So he jumps out of her and puts out the fire. He's protecting his human. He's not sure why he did the first action. He's probably not sure why he's doing this action. I saved your life. Now can I go back to ruining it?
And he just got sucked into a jar by the Exorcist.
And stuffed in a bag full of jars of other demons.
One of which is his lawyer. He asked for his lawyer. He's like, you can't have him. He's already in here. Which, I mean, if you're going to be a demon lawyer, being stuffed in a jar and put into a carpet bag seems about right.
Okay, so here they're out in the garden. It's the day after, and she's recovering, and they're picking daisies, and kind of a weird thing here.
Yeah, this was a weird scene. Elfo is like, oh, we can have a lot of fun without Lucy. I'm real fun. We're going to go on. We're going to be fine. And then he's having a fit because she put a dandelion in the daisy basket. So, has he got some OCD going on here or something?
We're making a daisy chain out of dandelion chain. And so she puts the flowers on basket on his head.
Yeah, so he admits. He says, I lied. I'm not fun.
There's that orange tree.
Was that the orange tree?
The orange tree. It's right behind them. So they've got the orange tree, so they're aware of citrus stuff. So why is the lemon such an odd thing to them?
Hey,
So breakfast out on the veranda. They've got pancakes and cantaloupe and rolls and sausages. There's the stepson again. I don't think we've really seen much from him.
No, we don't see a lot out of the stepson here. Is he one-eyed as well? What is this? What is this? So yeah, the Exorcist used a little legal jargon. He says he's going to dispose of the demon with extreme prejudice. I'm like, all right. And they're stealing a horse to go save Lucy.
Yeah, so even though this demon has been getting her in trouble even more than she accomplishes on her own, she's grown attached to him. He saved her life, and she's going after to save his.
Yeah, so we see the continued bonding of the trio, which is interesting. I wonder how they would relate to like a Kirk, Spock, McCoy thing.
Yeah, what kind of troika there?
I don't know, man. Elfo's just so dumb in this. I don't think that he could get in there anywhere.
No, so steer around. I can't. I only know how to crash.
Yeah.
But, it's our criminals again.
The trio of criminals. Okay.
Now you're highwaymen? Highway people. We're a gender-neutral kleptocracy.
Yeah.
I thought we were a self-regulating autonomy.
So this guy, one of the highwaymen, robbers, whatever.
He's got like a dent in his head, like a literal dent.
Seriously, it looks like something took a bite out of his head. It's not just a dent. It's yeah, it's crazy.
So they fight off the criminals, and they really lay into him.
Yeah, Elfo's really going to town, punching the crap out of this guy.
But he's apologizing while he does it, because I'm normally a nice guy.
Punch, punch, punch. And they take just one of the horses instead of taking both of the horses. Why did they leave one of the horses? I don't get that.
Yeah, something got missed in the storyboarding stage there.
Okay, so now we're at Mount Doom, which apparently is where the Exorcist is going to dispose of these demons. I don't know how Mount Doom got here. Where are they even at? If they're in, like, medieval Europe, which is what it looks like, there's no volcanoes in medieval Europe.
Maybe they're on, like, the other side of Westeros, where Game of Thrones is. Because Westeros, you only see, like, a couple of the islands, but there's, like, a whole other world out there. Maybe they're on the other side of that.
Okay, I see.
So we see that by keeping them in the jar and putting them in the lava, they are destroyed, the same way the One Ring was destroyed by the lava. So I guess it's hot enough that even demons are susceptible to it if they're trapped.
Yep. So Lucy was just dropped, but Tia Beanie comes out of nowhere and does a snatch grab and saves him. And then Big Joe, the Exorcist, is trying to retrieve him and put him back in, throw him into the fire. And Tia Beanie is definitely fighting back. She's grabbed a sword, or no, she's got a knife. It's a really long knife there.
She took it from him.
Yeah, I see it. It's more like a scimitar.
So now she's got the choice of whether to save Elfo or Lucy.
And she throws the knife, cuts off the Exorcist's arm, and Elfo is saved. Exorcist gets kicked into the lava. Bada boom, bada bing. I think we just wrapped it up nicely.
Right. Yeah. So you think that story's over here. They're bonding and everything is going. The overseers are like, she's coming along faster than we ever dared dream. So they have a plan for her, not just to corrupt her, but to corrupt her for a reason. They want her to do something.
And we don't know why.
So Elfo uses a rock to smash the bottle that Lucy was in.
Instead of pulling out the cork.
So where did he get the rock? It was a wheel chock under the wagon.
And the wagon just went backwards.
So the wagon goes backwards and releases at least, what do you think, 200-300?
Probably 200 or 300 demons just got released.
So there's our Pandora's box moment.
That's episode.
Well, at least we saved Lucy, but we released evil upon the world. So I think that was a happy ending for everyone.
Yeah, Lucy says a happy ending for everyone. Happy ending for him.
Yeah, so I think we finally got a big plot jump there that this releasing these demons. So
yeah, they seem to fit a lot into this episode.
Yeah,
they really did.
Yeah, the first two were a lot of the character building and stuff, but now we've got a real plot jump here, a bit of moving things along, getting things to where they need to be to tell a overarching story. And so is Tia Beanie going to hunt down the demons? Are they going to try to force her to become with the demons?
Are they gonna possess her and take over the land and try to do some sort of? We don't know yet. We don't know, but they did confirm a second season, right?
Well, what they did was they made 20 episodes.
Oh.
And they did the first 10 as this season, and then they're holding 10 more for another season.
Okay.
So, that's become a pretty common
I don't
thing.
know. It kind of seems like the way that this is set up, that this is going to be maybe not quite as long and overarching as the other Matt Groening series have been.
Right. Well, what is Simpsons on? Like 29 or 30?
I don't even want to think about it.
And then Futurama, 29. And then Futurama managed probably 11 seasons with all this stuff together.
Was it really?
Maybe.
I thought it was more like 8, something like that.
8.
Okay.
Yeah, because they did those TV movies and those specials and stuff.
So that was episode 3.
It was called Princess of Darkness was the title of the episode. What? Oh, you know it. Oh, yeah. So that what? So that was episode 3 of New Enchantment Who Dis. We are Normal View, and thank you for listening.
Thanks, guys.